Because the whole thing about taking it back is you have to have them connected to you so that you're able to maneuver them to your to the back. Meaning you're able to maneuver the person so that you can get the proper angle on the back. You're down. Exactly. Yeah. Just in case. So what I'm looking for is to turn him on the side. This is why I really like the north-south matrix. But from this position, as we talked about rolling the hips and then mounting, I'm going to encourage him to roll away by creating a space with my arms. So as I go here, I'm going to open up this elbow, so to roll away, he'll have to move this way here. So now, as I get to here, my left hand is going to be fishing for his collar immediately. So the hand that defends that collar is going to be his right hand. But really what I'm fishing for is his right hand. So I'm going to grab his right hand and I want to grab this control right here. This is a basic figure for control. But what that does is that it enables me to connect my body to him as I'm rolling him forward and plowing him from side and controlling him from going flat. So if he tries to roll to his right, I can control him here. If he tries to roll to his knees, I can pull him back. But from here, this is an excellent way to really get an S-mount and go right into a back take without having to switch anything here. Because what I'm doing is I'm just connecting him to me. I don't want to squeeze him to death because I'm not choking him. But what I want to do is I just want to have connectivity. So I'm going to drive forward so that my left knee gets to my left elbow. I'm going to open up my right elbow here. I'm going to step right over to his hip and I'm going to lift him up, push right into the side here so that I have him with the figure four control with the right foot, as you see on the hip, and I'll do it from a different angle. My left foot locking him in on my heel Achilles so that my right foot is pushing into my, not the shin, the top of my foot into his hip. Because his feet are going to be bent, because otherwise they have to be pulled for him to move his hips. Okay? Here we go. Same thing. So as we're here, I fish here and I just fish with that hand. From here, I'm going to apply pressure that way there. As I step over here, immediately sit him up and take him this way. I just exaggerated it, but you see that he's still connected to me. From here, okay, I have an excellent control, and I have to understand that the top arm is really the choking arm right here, okay? And I also have to understand that the bottom arm is for control, because if he rotates inside my back control, all that is turns into is just a guard, okay? So I have to have this control here. Now what I want to do is I call it like push him in the hole. He's more so laying on my right leg, so I can push him and roll him that way. I'm pushing with my right foot, okay, on his thigh, and my left foot is pushing my heel, and I'm pushing with my arms. And you see how he rolls that way here? So from here, I can begin to bring my foot over his leg, over his shoulder, begin to isolate his arms, or from here I create space, and I'm gonna bring this arm over, controlling his arm here as I push him away, and my left leg hooks right here as I sit up and then extend the arm. So what I just want you guys to do is fish for that hand first. It's easier to capture than the collar. It's easier to control than the collar because your wrist isn't going to be bent. So let's say if we start from this S-mount right here, and you got the S-mount, look how hard, if he's going to be here. And the reason why back takes are important to understand is because, look, I can't get in for an arm lock here, I can't get in for a choke. So my position here is going to be very limited time. I can't even get my foot under his bottom elbow to have proper position. But what I can do is that I can grab here and I can reach through here. I grab with thumb to control it, but once my right hand goes on top of my left, I secure it here. And now from here, my left foot, windshield wipers out, as I want to sit him up, but I have to connect him to me. So as I fall this way here, I'm falling and he's connected to me and we're both falling to the same side. And I can push him in the hole. I can begin to bring this arm over here sit up, and then I begin to extract here. Because I want to connect my chest. And I can't cross my feet because his elbow's down too far. So I don't want to do that. So here, I sit up, and then I just pull right here, and it's a very strong pull because you're pulling into the shoulder. Right? So we'll start from an easy position, which is already the S mount. So we'll start here. Start S mount here. Your left hand grabs his wrist, your right hand on top of your left wrist, and then from here I'm gonna left foot, and I'm gonna pull him up, and I'm gonna fall. So that kind of my right elbow and my right knee are still connected. From here, my left foot's got to do something. It's not gonna be like dangling here, and I'm gonna just place it here, and now I'm able to roll it. You need to be able to push away with both hands and leg in order to roll. Okay? Because from here, this is where I can create the space. Here, sit up, and then with that same momentum, you sit up, pull it into your chest, and put it on your side. Because that right there is torquing his shoulder, and that's a lot of pressure. Okay? One more time, move your head. So as I go here, I caught his right hand with my left arm, and I'm pushing my left hand here. And then we got to the back control right here. From here, I don't need to be squeezing him. I just need to understand that I have a good back control here. I don't need hooks because hooks dangle and they're easy to remove. From here, this hand right here is just keeping him in my chest, but I can now push with my right hand and I roll him. I roll him out. Okay? See how he kind of rolls? The majority of the pushing is happening with my right foot pushing, rolling on his hip. Okay? And my left foot pushing my right, and my right hand pushing my left, and both hands push away. Because here you're just gonna go all in one. 1, 2, 3, and you hook ahead. And as I push, I sit up, and then I lean back. And finish with my legs wide. Because I have that hip control, I want to maintain that hip control as I finish the arm lock. At white belt, you're taught, oh, pinch your knees, but you'll very quickly learn it's a great way for the other person to escape. It's taught just as a fundamental way to let people that are just starting to be able to do arm locks, but it's just wrong because you don't want to pinch the knees. You want to be able to control the shoulder, the arm, and control their head. And you're not controlling their head if you're pinching the knees. So what I'm doing here is, if you notice, I'm pushing him away. This arm comes through here. I frame the head and I still, like I push, and my leg goes over so I can guide my left heel to the mat as I'm gonna sit up, and my right foot still controls the hip as my left leg controls his head. And I'm able to pull this because it's a lot of pressure on his shoulder.
So if you're pinching the knees, what does it look like?
If I'm pinching the knees, it looks like this. We didn't rehearse this. This is like what you're conventionally taught with arm lock is like the white belt, like pinch the knees. Okay? This is me pinching the knees. How else am I going to pinch the knees without, okay, I can't barely pinch. You have to kind of pinch right here.
He has all that room.
Well, yeah, now he can move his head. If his head moves, his hips can move. Okay, and now from here, you're trying to finish the arm lock, and all he's got to do is bring his elbow past my hip line. It just pull right there, and then it's immediately you lose with this knee pinch, because this is supposed to work like this. Okay, you pinch your knees, you grab right here, you're like, oh, that's the only way it's gonna work. Okay, and I pinch my knees, and then I'm like right here, and then they're like all staring backwards. Okay, and then you finish. Yeah, but in all reality, good luck. I'm not controlling anything. When you pinch your knees, sure, it creates a higher fulcrum, but it doesn't stop him from rotating his hand this way, and that's it, arm lock's gone. So this is why I teach you guys 3 phases of the arm lock, which is this right here, because his defense is going to be elbow to elbow, okay? And then hand to hand. That's phase 2, and then phase 3 is, let's say, I separate the hand, and now I got to straighten it out. This is phase 3, and I'm not done because he's going to be rotating. And if I'm not controlling his head, his hips are going to be rocking as this hand is moving the position of the thumb. Because here now it breaks that way. Here it breaks the other way. And see how he's able to pull it out. And you lose the arm locks. And it's very easy to lose arm locks. So from the back case, which is to finish back takes in this position. And it never happens. You're never sitting up. You're either going to fall to the left or to the right. I want to guide him to my left, but he wants to fall to the right. The reason being is because this hand is the choking hand. This hand of his is going to secure this choking hand, and this right knee is going to come up to bring my foot to his right hand. He's going to grab that heel. He's going to start, and he's going to turn to his left side here. Now from here, this is already not a choke. The only thing I can do is try to pull this arm out and try to mount, but now both hands of his go on my knee, and now from here, I'm trying to mount, he's trying to get up, and now I lose the position. Does that make sense? So that's what happened with the hooks, if the hooks are here. But if you're here, what I do is that I go with that foot across that hip line. Now he's not removing that hook. And this right here is a good control. Because from here, I also have to look and understand if I want arm locks, or maybe I look and see which hand he's holding. See, he can't even reach my left top arm. And this is what we did yesterday, Joe. So what I'm gonna do is look with that right hand, I move down here, and it's already a choke here. You get under. And this, because by the time that he reacts to this right here, I can grab the collar here. Okay? Or I can begin to get here and grab my collar. Because it's a split second, and you have to take, advantage of that window of opportunity that you create. So as I'm here, okay, he's not even securing the choking arm right here. So now if he's really super tight, if this hand right here is also, so if he's here, okay, fine. So I'm gonna push him down here, okay? And I'm gonna frame here as I go here. And now now he already goes to defend his arms. But because he's so tight on his hip right there, I'm not gonna be able to get my feet around. But what I will be able to do is torque him. But now his elbow will go, and now I'm able to sit up and get it. But for now, what I just want you guys to do is just take the back with that finger focus on the hook. Get to the mount here, and all you're gonna do is just grab that wrist right there. And then your right hand goes underneath, okay? And now from here, you just rock him and pull. I just over-rotated him, and then your left foot automatically goes onto your right Achilles. And then from here, I just want you to practice rolling him over your, kind of towards the center there. Say he rolls, okay? Because here I can go 1, 2, 3, and then begin to attack, sit up, and then begin to have a lot of leverage, okay? And then this is a good way to finish arm locks, but what's most important of all is that you have a solid back control, and you're not worried about the fact that he's on the escape side, because your right leg is completely blocking him from moving his hips attack. So you're gonna be here, nice and tight. As I push away, see, he kind of rotates more so onto his hips. And even if, right there. So here, move my arm over. As you swing your leg over, your hip can kind of even slide that way. So now I can begin to sit up here. And if his elbows come up, I can begin to lock my feet with the body leg over there. Does that make sense, guys? But for now, just try the back take, left hand at the wrist, and your right hand under. Once you get this, I suggest bringing that left arm over. Okay? Thank you. 3. Miss it. There. Everybody here should be able to do this. So, bottom person is on their left side. Try it first on the S line.
I was looking on this.